All right, today we're going to go through a simple way of creating sheets in Openroads that doesn't involve name boundaries and the more complicated version of it. Uh, it'll be kind of it'll be similar to the way we've done it in MicroStation. There's going to be a couple extra steps. We'll go to New File, and we're going to put this file in the Drawings folder. And I'm going to name it, we'll name it Test. And we want to make sure that we're using the project seed file, the 2D seed, and then we hit save. And so in here is where we'll bring in, so in the default model, we'll bring in our references, which will be in the reference folder. And just for this example, we'll use the nested all, and we'll do live nesting at 1 and coincident. Okay. Zoom to extent to kind of see what we got. So this is in the default model. We'll go to our model dialog here, and we'll create a new model, set it to seed, name it whatever sheet we want. So we'll call this test sheet. Here's where you'll pick your annotation scale. You can change it after the fact, but if you know what it's going to be, you can go ahead and do it there. Here's where you select your paper size. ANSI B is 11 by 17, and that's all we got to do. We'll hit OK. Scale of this at any time. Make sure that the model's selected, and in the properties, you can change it here. So this is 1200 to 1, which is a multiple of 12 for inches to feet. And so if we wanted to do a 10 to 1, we could do 120, and then that would shrink. You'd also have to shrink or scale your border file, but the annotation updates automatically, and you can also change the sheet size by doing that. So just want to throw that in there as well. And so we've created our sheet. Now we're going to need a border for this, so we'll go to Attach and Resources, Sheet Border, and Border. And scale is the same as our probably shouldn't have brought that in coincident. Yeah, let's change that. Detach. Okay, attach, and we'll go to Resources, Sheet Border, Border, do it on top. And we'll do, so this was 100 to 1, so which is 1200 to 1. Hit OK, and we can move it around. And we take our border, put it exactly on the edge of this sheet. Click here, and move to here. Now we've got our sheet border. Now we can just reference in the file that we're in, test file, but bring in the default model. And once again, this should stay 1 to 1, but since it's a nested file, we want to go to 2 so that we can see it. And we'll go ahead and go to top, put it in here. Maybe kind of big, so we'll zoom out. It's important that this comes in at a scale of 1 to 1, and that we change the sheet file and the border file scale. This we want to be at 1 to 1 all the time. We can move this. We used to have issues with moving it around, but since we're going to do all of our annotation in the default model, and we'll have it oriented correctly in the default model, that shouldn't be an issue anymore. But we can take it, we can rotate, we can move it and rotate it, just don't scale it. So we rotate 5 points here and here. This is just doing it roughly. And we can take a fence of whatever size we want, or if you're going to get more repeatability, you can create a shape and then create the fence off of that shape. But this is just, once again, for information. And then we'll go back to the reference and we will clip it out. Clip boundary. Accept. And now we have our sheet. What's way over here? Sometimes these saved view markers pop up. You can move them around. They don't really do anything. There we go. Now we want to add it to our sheet list. So I've got this one testing in here already. There's two ways to do it. You can take the model and just grab it and throw it in here. Oh, it's got to be, sheet index has to be opened first so that you can write to it. And you can take it and just drag it in there and drop it. Or you can go to add sheet. And it says, this, once again, this is an example. I'm going to delete this right afterwards. But you go to the sheet that you're in, or the sheet that you want to add, which we called this one test, and select that one, add it. Then it comes in. You can print it from here. And so it's important that you use the seed file so that you get this. It's important that you get the seed file so that you get the print style. It comes in when you create the file. That's why it's in this file. But it came in with the seed file. So hit OK and just do a test print. And drawings, and go to renditions, and this one will be test. Open it up afterwards. And like I said, this is a simple version. It's more what we're used to using for, like in MicroStation. It doesn't use the name boundaries that can be quite complex and not very user friendly. So we'll check out this test print real quick, make sure it's showing up the way we intended, and there it is. It's a quick and easy way to create a sheet. As always, if there's a question of why I'm using it, what I'm using, or how to use it, give me a call, message me. We'll get it figured out. All right, thanks. And